40 million in a day. 40 million in one day. I recently watched an interview by Prince. Those of you who don't know, Prince is just, some popular Forex trader. At least he says he's a Forex trader in Kenya. And there's this interview he did with Oga Obina, and he was saying that he was asked how much he has made in a day, or what's the highest amount he's made recently in a day, Forex trading. And he said 40 million. Now, I just thought that as a finance person, we're talking about all these things, Forex trading, we're talking about investing, finance, and everything money. So this is an interesting money topic, right? So let's discuss and see, is it possible? 40 million in one single day. Is it mathematically possible? I'm not here to trash. I don't know what he does. I don't know. Maybe he made 40 million. I don't know. But I want to give you a very logical view so that you can see if there's a possibility or not. One big risk with Forex trading and social media is that people come online, they say things, but you can't really qualify these things that they say. You can't be sure that, is that true? And then the problem with that is not because, we don't want them to make that money. Obviously, I want people to make money. That's like my dream. I want to make money. I want you to make money. I want you to be rich. I want you to make more income. But we also want to be very careful not to get into the position of, desire, wanting to do the same thing that someone has done and trying to replicate the same thing. And then in the process, you lose money. These are content creators. They are social media influencers. We need to know what is real and what is not real. Because when you don't know what is real, then you end up trying certain things and you realize when it is too late that whatever you are trying isn't real. And then you have no way of coming back, because you also have no way of confronting somebody. You have no way of actually asking if what they said was true. Being social media and being an influencer somehow, there are people who will think that's true, or would want to have the same thing, or would try to make the same kind of money in a single day, right? So you trade Forex, maybe you're a very skilled trader, or you're starting to trade, you're just learning to trade, but now you're aiming to make 40 million in a day. And these things can lead you down a wrong path most of the time. And these are the things that could lead you into the path of greed, the path of hope, the path of not even learning how to trade properly. Because when you start learning how to trade with lots of greed and high expectations, then chances are you're going to fail in Forex trading. Don't put your expectations too high in terms of Forex trading. It's like any other business. It's like any other skill. Give it time, learn it, be disciplined, be consistent, and with time, you will make money. But if you come into Forex trading with that kind of mindset that these people actually, drill into you, then you end up losing money and complaining about Forex trading and saying, oh, you can never make money. Why? Because you came into Forex trading with the wrong mindset. Now, this guy, Prince, came on and he does flex a lot online. He does flex on the cars he's driving. He flex on everything, he has, and, he's made money from Forex trading. Now, I do not know the truth behind that, and I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm here to teach finance and to tell people, hey, some of these things might lead you into the path of, let's say, the video I did recently about people losing money on crypto trading platform, whereby you are being given 100% return in like a week, or 100% return in like a month. These kind of comments that people make about the money they make in a day is what can lead you down that path, because you're trying to get quick riches and someone out there is making you believe that it is possible. But most of the time, yes, you could find, loopholes and you can make crazy money. That's possible and you could be lucky. But normal getting rich process isn't that way. You have to work, you have to apply a skill, you have to, dedicate your time, be consistent, learn something, and then make money out of it. That's how usually it works. And then you invest that money. But when someone comes online and tells you, hey, I made 40 million in one single day, and then you decide you're going to try and make the same amount of money or something close to it, and then you end up losing a lot of money because you end up investing in the wrong place, you end up investing with the wrong mindset, you end up rushing into this trade and not knowing exactly what to expect. So I would urge you not to rush into these things without having a very clear view of what you're going for. Anyways, is it possible to make 40 million in Forex trading? Now, I teach Forex trading all the time, and one thing I tell people is, number one, the mindset in which you use to come to Forex trading is the most important one. Come to Forex trading with the mindset of, this is a business. I'm going to treat it like a business. I'm going to learn the skill. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to try and make money off it. That's the first thing you want to know. You want to come into Forex trading with the right mindset. And number two, can you make that kind of money? Now, there's something in Forex trading called leverage. Obviously, if you understand Forex trading terms, leverage is basically the broker allows you to trade way more than your money or your account balance can actually trade. Leverage is whereby you are using the broker's money, you're using loan. So the broker says, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you $100,000 for you to trade, but in your account, you only have $1,000. So they tell you, okay, I only require a margin of, let's say, 2% or 1% margin, and then I can allow you to trade $100,000 equivalent. Now, leverage works that way. It works with what we call lot sizes, right? A lot size is basically a unit of measuring transactions, right? So in Forex trading, when we talk about lot sizes, we have different levels. We have 100,000 as a lot size. We have 10,000 as a lot size. 100,000 is what we call a standard lot size. 10,000 is what we call a mini lot size. 1,000 is what we call a micro lot size. And then we have 100 as a nano lot size. These lot sizes can also be units of currencies. So in this case, you could be talking about $100,000 as units of currency that the broker is allowing you to trade on a standard lot size. Let's take an example of, let's say you are trading Euro USD, for instance, right? Euro USD, if you are going to trade it and you're trading it on like a standard lot size, which is 100,000 units of that, right? You're likely to be making around $10 per pip. Now, pip again is the measure of how the currency is changing. Like if it changes 1 pip, 2 pips, like let's say the Euro USD was at 1.1930, for instance. If it moves to 1.1931, it's just moved by 1 pip. Pip is the measure of that movement, of that change in currency value, or the measure of that price change. So when you say I bought it at this level and now it's at this level, you need to increase in pips, right? Or reduce in pips. If you bought it high and it's gone low, you just calculate that in pips. Let's say, mathematically speaking, he was trading a standard lot size of 100,000, right? And we're looking at Euro USD, for instance, and you're going to be earning around $10 per pip. Prince did say that he made 40 million Kenya shillings in a single day. Okay, now it wasn't a single trade, that's the thing. But he mentioned something that makes it look like it was a single trade, or it could be different trades within a single account. So 40 million, if you divide by, let's say, 130 to the dollar right now, we're looking at around $307,000. $307,692. Now, $300,000, let's just round it up to $300,000. From an account of 3,900, he mentioned that the account was 3,900, right? So if you're looking at that, if you make $307,000, right, from the account of 3,900, it means you made your money 78 times, 78 to 79 times, 79 times your account size. Now, mathematically speaking, this is not possible in a day unless you traded so many times and all those trades have actually made you money. Even if you're trading this on a standard lot size whereby the broker is allowing you to just deposit 1% of your account, because again, the margin also differs. So remember, we talked about leverage, we talked about lot size as well. These things are related, and please follow me on this. The broker is allowing you to trade a very high number, obviously, right? And when the broker is allowing you to trade that high number of, let's say, $100,000, which you actually don't have because you're a small-time trader, you won't have $100,000 in your account. So the broker will allow you to do that. But there's a margin. A margin is like a deposit, a safety deposit that you have to give for every, trade that you enter, especially with leverage. Now, if the broker says, hey, I want you to deposit just 1% of that particular lot size for you to enter that trade, it means the broker will require at least $1,000. So you enter a single trade with a standard lot size. The broker, let's say, wants 1%, which is the lowest, and some brokers could even want 5%, which in this case, Prince could not pay 5% because 3,900 you can't pay 5% as the deposit, as the margin, because you don't have it. Let's say the broker wanted 1% or 2%. That one he can manage, right? 1% or 2%, 1% is $1,000. That's his margin. He gets into a trade. So the allowed leverage in this case is basically 100-to-1 ratio. Why? Because he is trading 100,000 as a position, standard lot size, with a margin of just $1,000. He only has 2,900 left as usable equity in his account. Now, can he make 40 million, which is $300,000, with that particular trade? Now, depending on how the rally is in the day, right? Because in a day, there is cycles. It's not like the market will just move on a straight line. If it moves on a straight line for you, perfectly fine. You can make really good money, but still 300,000 is a stretch. Now, if you just look at within a day, what's the range in which number of the pips move? How many pips can the market actually move upwards in a single day? Unless it's a day whereby there's a clear rally, and that rally is probably propelled by something, like maybe Trump has done something, there's something happening abruptly that makes the market run so high without coming back down. Looking at it logically, it's almost impossible. Almost impossible. Even if you entered 10 of those trades and each of them you made money, you made a profit, still making that kind of move 78 times your capital is almost impossible, because within a day, there's only a particular range that the market moves. There's a range in which the market moves. You'll find that a bar for a single day is just a number of pips, a few number of pips. Even if you made 100 pips, for instance, in that day, you're making $10 per pip. Is almost impossible. There are a lot of assumptions in this case, but looking at this thing mathematically, it's almost impossible to make 40 million out of a $3,900 account. It's almost impossible. And if you try this, you will lose money. What people don't tell you is, number one, how many times have they lost? Number two, how many trades did they take? Number three, what was their account size for real, for real? What was actually their account size? Always know someone's account size. Don't just take their word for it. These people come out here and say things that are just, out of this world, and they can't really prove them. You can't know what account size someone is using. And then you need to know what kind of leverage is their broker giving them, because different brokers will give you different leverages, right? You need to know and understand what kind of leverage is their broker giving. Then you need to understand what kind of margin is required from them. What deposit does the broker require for them to trade that position? You can never know. Maybe someone has no margin required, or a very small margin required from the broker. You can never tell, really. So if you just go trading and expecting to make 40 million in a day, you end up losing money, because you haven't taken into consideration so many things that this person didn't tell you online. Now, you also need to think about their lot size. What's their lot size? How much are they allowed to trade? What are they trading with? Or they just have lots of money that they're using to trade. They could be trading 1-to-1. You never know. And you'd hear trying to trade that with 100-to-1 as a lot size. What's their lot size? What are they trading? So make sure you understand the leverage. Make sure you understand the margin. Make sure you understand their relationship with the broker. Make sure you understand your lot size. Make sure you understand your usable equity. Make sure you understand what's the range of pips you can actually make in a single day. So you have to know a lot of things in Forex trading before you actually go and try and make 40 million. People say these things online. They sometimes put you into problems, make you lose money, make you not become a good trader. But be careful. You do not know and do not understand a lot of things. Even in this calculation that we did, we're doing a lot of assumptions. We don't know how many trades Prince took on that day. We don't know what his leverage was. We don't know what his margin was. We don't know what his lot size is. We don't know how many trades he can take in that particular account. We don't even know what particular pair he was trading, because again, these pairs move differently. You could find a pair that was completely on a downward spiral, or it was on an upward spiral, or maybe he traded sometimes when there was news, and that news pushed things up for him towards this direction, and he made a lot of money that day. So the conditions of the market again matters. What are the conditions of the market when someone is trading? So all these things have to be considered. So please, as you start trading Forex, make sure you consider all these conditions, and don't just get into it because someone is telling you, hey, I made this kind of money. These are some of the things that make Forex one of the most difficult things to teach, and one of the most difficult things to actually excel in, because there are a lot of misconceptions out there, and people come and say all these things without actually qualifying these things and explicitly telling you what are the conditions and what made them make that kind of money. So be careful, guys. Until next time, I'm out.